Hello, everybody. Orville Susong, along with Steve Wilson of the Friday Night Locker Room and Space Coast Daily TV. Coming to you today from Viera, Florida. And, Steve, we got a big action going on in the room next door.
Yeah, today, June 12th, is Women Veterans Recognition Day. AVET Project once again has outdone themselves. In just a minute, you're going to see and hear multiple interviews. We tried to grab as many of the veterans as possible to recognize Orville. I think we probably got 90% of them. I'm sure some slipped by, but you're going to see a little bit of what's taking place inside, and also you're going to see and hear a number of interviews.
See, we talked to a lot of women that have been in the military, and there's a lot of them that were 20, 25-year veterans and all branches of the service.
We had to be pretty nice because a lot of them were fairly high-ranking officers.
Yeah, we got a colonel. I had a retired colonel, talked to her for a little bit, but there was a lot of ladies at the – and the most important thing I took from it is they enjoyed their time in the military. Nobody said anything bad.
And they all encouraged young people to consider a career in the military. So before we get started, we want to give a special shout-out to Kim Cohn, who's unable to be with us today. Kim's a little under the weather. Kim, we're sending prayers your way. We hope you get well soon. We know you're going to, but rest assured, Garen is doing a tremendous job.
He's doing a great job. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, but he's getting it all done, and you'd be very, very proud of him.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy some of the interviews and some of the sights and sounds from today's event.
The Peace Foundation of MOAC, the Veterans Memorial Center, we are here as a community, and believe you already know this probably.
Joining us now is Sita Gibson.
Yes.
Welcome to the program today.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having us.
Military, your service, what branch were you in?
I was in the Army Corps of Engineers, 29 years, 7 months, 28 days, and a snap.
Oh, wow, and it went up real quick, right?
Yes, it did.
A lot of traveling around the world.
A lot of traveling around the world and internationally.
Your favorite spot where they landed you?
The favorite spot, my favorite spot is here because I got pregnant and my daughter was born here. I was at the Defense Equal Opportunity Management Institute as a professor and under the service specific part of the Army. And I stayed here for 2 years. Yeah, and my second favorite spot is Colorado Springs. Yes, I love Colorado Springs. It's cold there.
I was just getting ready to ask you if you got to see it snow while you were there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I got to see it snow while I was there. Cheyenne Mountain Resort, beautiful place. And what I wanted to say, I know you haven't asked me, but my favorite place is St. Thomas Virgin Islands. That's where I'm from.
Oh, good.
Okay? Yeah, so thank you for having me. I'm going to look for this interview.
It'll be on Space Coast Daily. Thank you very much. Enjoy your lunch. They got a beautiful lunch in there waiting for you. Joining us now, Jacqueline Chandler. Jacqueline, thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome. This is wonderful. I feel so special.
Branch of military you were in?
Air Force.
And how many years?
23.
23 years. Did you get to see the world?
Yes, I did. I spent most of my time in Europe.
Europe, okay. Name me your most favorite spot when you were in the military.
Gosh, there's so many.
Well,
Italy.
Italy. Oh, that's great, huh?
And Greece.
Greece, okay. So you're going to have a great day here. They got a beautiful lunch in there for you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Atmospheric oxygen is oxygen under pressure, two atmospheres, pressured on your brain, and you can take that through down in
We're now joined by Linda Hagan, one of the honorees today. Linda, welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, what branch of the service were you in?
I served 22 years in the Air Force, active duty.
Was joining the service something you always wanted to do?
Not until I was a teenager. Then I decided I wanted to.
Looking back on your time, what was the most enjoyable part of being in the Air Force?
Meeting people all around the world.
Linda, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the day.
Thank you so much.
Joining us now, Ava Taylor. Ava, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the military. How long were you in the military and what branch?
Okay, I'm still in. I'm active duty. I've been in for almost 19 years. We hit 19 years in September.
What branch?
Navy. I'm a
Navy. Are you on a ship?
No, I'm stationed at Patrick, actually.
How easy is that, huh? Originally from where?
I'm originally from Syracuse, New York.
Oh, a long way from there.
Yes.
What do you most like about the Navy?
I think what I like is that one of the things that I never thought I would be, I'm an electrician in the Navy, that's my rate. I never thought I would be doing something like that. I never imagined it. So it opened me up to a lot of different things and meeting a lot of different people from various backgrounds. So that's one of the things I really like.
Now, when you went into the military, were you looking to get a certain job or certain training?
No, it wasn't electricity, I can tell you that. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do after I went to college, and I was like, okay, trying to figure out how to pay student loans and figure out what my next step was, and took a step out on faith, and rest is history.
And what is the next step now for you?
Retirement.
How many years you got?
I have almost 19 years. I'll hit 19 in September.
Will you stay here in Brevard County?
Yes.
Thank you, dear. Enjoy your lunch, and thank you for your service.
Military personnel and female.
We're now joined by Lacey Holman, one of the honorees today. Lacey, thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Now tell us a little bit about yourself. What branch of the service were you in?
Over 30 years in the Army.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Did you always grow up as a little girl thinking, I'm going to join the Army one day?
No, but I kind of think that the Girl Scouts might have indoctrinated me a little bit with the green uniform. Might be why I went that way.
If a young girl is watching this interview and is thinking about joining the service, what would you tell them?
Get physically fit. Yeah, that is so important. That'll make everything else easier. And so many opportunities.
Lacey, thanks for joining us and enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Joining us now, Adrienne Kane and Carrie McIntyre. Ladies, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I understand you have a story to tell us real quick.
No, we kind of do.
Oh, okay.
Well, we met on the honor flight. She was my guardian.
Oh, really? How exciting was that?
Great, and she's never let me go since. So she still guards me.
How long ago was that?
That was in
6 years ago.
6 years ago. Did you enjoy the flight? Was Washington, D.C. wonderful or what?
Everything was wonderful. Yes,
And the military service for you?
yes. Air Force.
Air Force. And you?
Army.
Army. Okay, good. Ladies, thank you very much for stopping by. Don't let her get out of your sight. There you go.
She's hard to
Ladies,
keep up with, though.
thank you very much.
To the ladies.
Joining us now, another Miss Military Queen of the Day, Yvonne Wise. Yvonne, thank you for stopping by.
I'm enjoying it already.
Oh, that's good. What type of military were you in?
I was in the Army for 3 years.
3 years. And did you get to travel, or what were you doing in the Army?
I went to Hawaii, Schofield Barracks, which was really good, and I didn't even know, you can get so hot over there. And I was in Virginia, and I went to Germany. So had a great time, loved traveling.
Would you, if you had a daughter or a niece, would you allow them to go in the military in today's time?
Yes, I would. Good opportunity. Anybody can go. Daughter, niece, they don't know what they're doing. They need to go in the military. It's a good start.
Well, they have a big lunch in there for you ladies today. Go on in and have lunch and enjoy and have a great day.
Thank you. Y'all have a great one, too.
Thank you very much.
We're now joined by Lindsay Gray, one of the honorees today. Lindsay, thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, what branch of the service were you in?
Army.
Army? Did you always want to be in the Army?
No.
What drew you to the Army?
I was sitting doing anatomy and physiology, going for radiology tech in the civilian sector, and a recruiter approached me at college. And that's how I joined, 2006.
What was the most challenging part, looking back on your time in the Army, what was the most challenging part of being in the Army?
Leaving my daughter at 6 months old to deploy to Afghanistan.
What was the best part?
Coming home, seeing her again.
Lindsay, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the day.
All right, thank you. You as well.
As well as providing evaluations for disability questionnaires, letters, as well as
Joining us now, Ms. Ruby Tatum. Ruby, thank you for stopping.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Let's talk about your military service. What branch were you in?
I'm in the Air Force.
And you said you're still in?
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm out.
How long were you in the service?
I did 8 years.
8 years? What was your best enjoyment in the military?
I'm never going to forget the camaraderie in my career field, and being a part of a big network such as the military goes beyond just serving. It actually extends into the VA as well, where I'm currently at. So I do like the camaraderie that is a lifetime experience that is going to forever stay with me.
Now, if you had a young lady, a relative, or a daughter or something that was thinking about going in the military now, what would you tell her?
Be ready for it, be ready for the change, but also be ready for a lifelong of friendships and connections that will forever be embedded in her upbringing as well as in her growth into adulthood all the way until the end.
Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for talking to us for a moment, and enjoy lunch.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
We're now joined by T.D. Welch. T.D., thanks for joining us. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Fantastic. Now, tell me what branch of the service you were in.
U.S. Army Reserves.
Army Reserves. Always something you wanted to do?
It was something I wanted to try when I was younger, yes.
How challenging was it, or was it a challenge?
Well, back in the day, it was a little bit of a challenge. That was back in the 70s. But I did fine. I did good.
Do you look back on that with fond memories?
I do. I do very much.
If a young girl now was thinking about joining the reserves like you did, what would you tell them?
I'd say go for it. Go for it. It gives you a chance to learn about the military, do the military, and if you're not sure you want to do it full time, it gives you a chance to try it on.
TD, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Depression, anxiety, PTSD, and insomnia. So, if, of course, at the end, if you guys want to stop and talk to me about it, I'll be more than happy to. But
Joining us now, Ms. Joanne Russo. Joanne, thank you for stopping by.
And my pleasure. Thank you.
Branch of the military?
Army.
And how long?
2 years.
Oh, and did you like it?
Yeah, it was a great adventure. I got to go overseas and see things I wouldn't have seen if I didn't join.
Why the military?
It was a way for me at the time to be able to go to college. I thought if I was able to put in a couple of years in the military, they would at that time pay for college, which I couldn't afford on my own.
Now, if you had a daughter or a niece that was thinking about going in the military at 17 or 18 years old, what would you tell them?
I'd say now is a good time.
You know, everybody said yes, that they would. We haven't had anybody say no. So that's got to be a wonderful thing.
It is. I was pretty proud of the time that I put in. Again, I made a lot of friendships, and I learned a lot that I wouldn't have learned if I just stayed in my own hometown.
Well, thank you for your service, and enjoy your lunch.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Joining us now, Sandy Frimmer. Sandy, thank you for stopping by a little bit.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Talk a little bit about today's ceremony, what it means to you.
It's very important that we're recognized as veterans as well, and just specifically for women, it's nice day.
And what branch of the service were you in?
Air Force.
Air Force, how many years?
8 years.
8 years. So when you were deciding to go in, was it a tough decision, or you just decided you wanted to go in, or how'd that work?
Kind of a spur at the moment, 18 years old. So.
Just looking for something to do.
Yes.
Sandy, this is your Ladies' Day. Congratulations and enjoy.
Thank you.
And it helps with those heightened symptoms for anxiety, depression, and also for insomnia, as well as PTSD symptoms. So a lot of times people suffer.
Joining us now is Marcia DeFinn. Marcia, thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm just happy to be here today.
I am too. Now tell us what branch of the service you were in.
I was in the Air Force for 22 years. I was a nurse practitioner.
Did you enjoy your time in the Air Force?
Yes, I did. The Air Force was very good to me with education and training and travel, and I met my husband in Turkey.
I was going to ask you what the best part of being in the service was, but I think you may have just answered it.
Yes, it was. I met him in Turkey. He was active duty. We both served, and we both served over 50 years together.
Wow. Now, if we have a young person, a little girl watching this, and they're thinking about joining the service, what would you tell them?
Do it. The opportunities are there for anything. You know, you can work on planes. You can work in the office. You can work in the chaplain's office. There's so many opportunities. Be a nurse. Do it. And then you get to go to school, thanks to the Air Force.
Marcia, thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the day.
I certainly will. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Joining us now, Yvonne Quadra. Yvonne, thank you for stopping by.
Hello, how are you doing?
Let's talk about your military service. What branch?
I did Army, 14 years.
14 years of the Army. And where were you originally from?
New York.
New York.
Queens, Corona.
Why in the world did you leave Queens to go into the service?
My parents moved right after I graduated high school, and we moved down here, and I felt that we moved into an old fogey's place when I was 17, because, you know, Palm Bay is, you know, at least back then, I mean, more retirees are coming in now, but you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I want to be around young people, and I didn't know many young people. There was like 3 people that I knew were my age. Everybody was young or older, and I was kind of in the middle, and I was like, I need to get out of here. So I spoke to a recruiter, and I was like, let me see if this is something I can do.
And apparently you did it well. You had a nice career in the military.
And I loved it.
Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Staff that help military members and their families. Back in the day when people came in with post-traumatic stress disorder, I used to tell them that...
Joining us now, Leanne Pfister. Leanne, welcome.
Thank you.
They have a nice lunch in there for you guys today, but I say you ladies today. What branch of the service were you in?
Air Force.
Air Force. How many years were you in?
20.
20 years. Well, thank you for your service. What was your most favorite thing in the military, in the Air Force?
Favorite? Oh my gosh, just the people. All the people I met throughout the 20 years has been absolutely the best thing ever. You learn from everyone, whether it's good or bad. Lots of experience I can't ever get anywhere else in life. I can't think of anything specific. What's my favorite thing, Lauren?
She's talking to her daughter, by the way. Now, let me ask you this. You have a daughter standing there. In a few years, she'll be old enough to join the military if she so desires. Your thoughts on that?
I'm good with that. She's a very strong individual, so I think that if she chose to do that, I would support her 100%.
Good. Thank you for your time, Leanne. We appreciate it.
We're now joined by Linda Doran. Linda, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. It's great to be here.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. What branch of the service were you in?
Army.
And how long were you in?
I was in for about 8 years active duty, and then I stayed in the reserves for quite some time.
Do you look back on your time in the service fondly?
Of course, yes, definitely. I was quite honored, and it's a privilege to serve.
I don't know if exciting is the right word. What was the most fun part? What do you think about most when you go back in time?
Oh my gosh, I think it's the camaraderie and just to have wonderful, wonderful people that are great to work with.
If a young person is watching this interview, a young female, and is thinking about joining the service, what would you tell them?
Do it. Don't even hesitate. It's just wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your service, and enjoy the day.
Thank you so much.
Very close, darn close, to being able to cure post-traumatic stress disorder and to make it very livable. So as Dr. Eatman talked about...
Joining us now, Shara Gaika. Shara, thank you very much for stopping by. Military service?
Air Force.
Air Force, how long?
10.5 years.
And you're retired now, or you?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your time in the Air Force.
Oh, I started out at Lackland like just everybody does. I went to Lowry at Denver, Colorado for tech school, and then I spent 9.5 years in Germany with a short break in Texas.
Enjoy your lunch. We appreciate it, and thank you so much for your service. Joining us now, Tammy Robinson. Tammy, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Special day for Miss Military Queens. What do you think about this?
I think it's awesome. It's awesome to celebrate military women in this way because society kind of puts us in a light that says we don't know how to be queens, or, you know, all we know how to do is wear battle dress uniforms and conform. But underneath that uniform, there's a woman.
And today you're a queen.
Amen to that.
There you go. Military branch?
Air Force.
How long?
23.5 years.
23.5 years. Now you're living here in Brevard County?
Yes, I retired out of Patrick, and I stayed local.
Well, we're glad you're here. And thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, ma'am.
So we really have 3 things that if you practice these over a period of time, your symptoms will always...
We're now joined by Bernadette Leach. Bernadette, thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Just got back from a Bible study beach bash, so I'm kind of like, you know, just the hot Florida weather, but I cleaned up and I'm here and I'm very grateful to be here.
You cleaned up rather nicely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, what branch of the service were you in?
I was in the Air Force.
Did you enjoy your time in the Air Force?
I did enjoy my time in the Air Force. After I did 5 years active duty Air Force, telling people how to get their degrees while I was getting mine. And I used to be in charge of federal prisoners sometimes. I had extra duties, a lot of we all do. And then my spouse had done 27 years active duty and reserve Air Force and 20 dual status federal. was a battle. That's all I'm going to say about that. No more comments after that one, but that was a battle.
Did you grow up as a little girl thinking, I want to join the service, I want to be in the Air Force?
Actually, I did. My father was Coast Guard, 46 and a half years, 23 and a half active duty and 23 also federal, and he's amazing. He's getting around better than I am. My dad is. But yeah, my whole family's military. My daughter was Army, graduated University of Florida at 20, was going to be a dentist, was in the Army Guard. My brother Marines. My whole family is all military. Grandfather World War II pilot. Yeah, proud military family.
As well you should be. Thank you for joining us today. Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Joining us now, Colonel, retired, Vanessa Benson. Vanessa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Your military service?
I am 23 years, U.S. Army.
U.S. Army. Oh, that's great. And now you're retired?
I'm retired.
How did you end up in Brevard County?
Actually, I was stationed here at Patrick and retired here and stayed here. I've been retired 10 years.
Now, if you have a daughter or a niece that was thinking about going into the military, what would your advice to them be?
My advice would be to definitely go serve our country. It's the best thing you can do. You learn a skill, and it's a great way to see the world.
Vanessa, thank you very much, and we appreciate your service so much. Thank you.
And after this process, they all were diagnosed with PTSD. After this process, they no longer met the criteria for PTSD. So we have the
Joining us now is Jane Hamilton. Jane, thank you for joining us. How are you?
I am fantastic, thank you.
Now, what branch of the service were you in?
Navy.
I love the Navy. My dad was in the Navy, and I said a few minutes ago, I love everyone in the military, but I'm partial to those in the Navy. Is this something you always wanted to do from the time you were a child?
Well, my father was retired military, and my brother was also service, and my dad said either go Navy or Air Force. Stay away from the Army or the Marines.
Now, how long were you in?
5.5 years.
Did you enjoy your time? Do you look back with fond memories?
I do, and regret, because I didn't stay in. So, yes.
What was the most challenging thing looking back over that 5-year period as far as the Navy is concerned?
Well, I went in 77, and it was still a little bit, the women were resisted against. Yeah. So in some of the jobs, it was tough to make your way, to show that you were capable.
Well, Jane, thank you for joining us today. More importantly, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joining us now, Susan Cantasanta. Susan, thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome.
You're a military queen today. What do you think about that?
I'm just overwhelmed. I really am.
Now, how long were you in the military and what branch?
I was in the Army for 20 years, 1970 to 90.
And had a great time?
Oh, my goodness. What a marvelous, wonderful time. And I was just so proud to be there with the men who volunteered, as well as the men that were drafted. It was just an amazing time.
Well, that's great. They have a nice lunch in there for you ladies to celebrate today, so if you want to go on that way, thank you for your service, dear.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a little unit that produces a slight current on your vagus nerve. 2 minutes, 5 seconds break, 2 minutes.
Joining us now is Kim Jarvis. Kim, thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Branch of the service?
Navy.
Navy. My dad was in the Navy. I love everybody in the military, but I've always been partial to Navy. Why the Navy?
I don't know, back when I was younger, TV commercials, join the Navy, see the world. It's not just a job, it's an adventure. Guess what? It was a job, it's not just an adventure.
It was a job as well. Did you see the world, though?
I went to a few places, went to Keflavik, Iceland, took a space safe flight to Scotland. It was pretty cool.
What did you enjoy most about being in the Navy?
Just traveling. Got to spend some time in California and Norfolk, Virginia, of course. And Iceland was fantastic.
Was it cold?
The winter was very cold. I'm from Chicago.
Okay. Well, you're used to the cold and windy weather.
Oh, yes.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your service, and we want to wish you a very enjoyable and pleasant day.
Thank you.
Joining us now, Andrea Gomes. Andrea, thank you for stopping by.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Nice military thing for the ladies today. How are you involved?
Was invited to come out to this event. I have a lot of friends that are women that have served, and so I am glad to be here to support them and appreciate them for what they have done and the sacrifices that they've made.
You know, there's been a lot of ladies here today that are coming in for this, and it's a great thing for them to take the time to do this, but we're all very happy that they did that. But you're here, what company are you with?
So I work for one insurance group, but I was invited by Joe Raley from State Farm.
We know Joe Raley quite a bit, State Farm. Andrew, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Enjoy the lunch.
I will, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
A number of years ago, they came out with it. Unfortunately, they just kind of bombard your brain with it, and that's not as efficient. It has about a 30% efficiency. A multi-million.
Steve, we got a couple of young ladies joining us now. If I can get you to introduce yourself.
My name is Cartama Ramos Crafton.
And I'm Jasmine Montanez.
And military service, what branch were you in?
Air Force.
Air Force, how long?
6 years.
6 years? Stationed around here? Or
I was stationed in North Dakota and England.
what about England? How was that?
I loved it. We were able to travel almost every weekend.
Now, if you had a daughter or a niece or a family member, a lady that now wanted to join the military, what would you tell her?
I think it's a great opportunity. It shows you a lot of discipline and a lot of adaptability, and it helps you grow and, get in a decent position in life.
And you, dear branch, the military?
I was in the Coast Guard.
Coast Guard, huh? Were you on a boat?
I was not on a boat, never.
Oh, no, really? That's crazy. How long were you in?
About 10 years.
10 years, so you retired from the military.
I did not retire. I did 10 years, and then I decided that I wanted to pursue school. And
Okay. Now, did you get military training as far as the school that you wanted?
Yes, I did.
And you became?
I'm actually a nurse practitioner now.
Oh, okay, good. I've got a bad elbow here. Could you? Ladies, we have a luncheon there for you today. Thank you very much for your service, and thank you for talking to us for a moment. Yes, thank you.
Joining us now is Ann Guy, all the way from Nebraska. Ann, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Very well. Thank you very much.
Cornhusker country.
Yes, it is. Go Big Red.
All right. I've heard that a time or two. What branch of the service were you in?
I was Army National Guard for Nebraska and a little bit of Army Reserve time.
How did that all come about? Was this something that you wanted to do from the time you were a child, get involved with the military?
Well, in 1975, Nebraska had a bad tornado, and I seen what the National Guard done for our community. So when I was old enough and got out of high school, I joined the Guard.
What did you enjoy most about your time in the Guard?
Helping people. And I got to go to Iraq and Afghanistan. And so getting to see different cultures, meeting different people, it was just the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. But I enjoyed every minute of it and would never trade a minute of what I've done.
Well, Ann, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming all the way from Nebraska to talk with us.
Thank you very much.
And we had lunch with them a few weeks back. There were 5 cities in Florida vying for the 7th one.
Joining us now, Millicent Roy. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Military service for you? What branch?
Army. Mm-hmm.
How long were you in?
22 years.
22 years. The best spot that the Army sent you to?
Korea, 3 times actually.
Really, 3 times?
3 times, yes.
They couldn't get enough of you over there, or what was that?
Absolutely not. I think the first time they sent me when I was 17, and then they sent me again upon request, and then the third time, that wasn't upon request, but I enjoyed all 3.
Let's go. I know this would be very easy for you. Let's go back to when you were 17.
Okay.
What mindset did you decide you wanted to go into the military?
Running away from home, actually.
You were one of them trouble kids, eh?
Yes, I was. I graduated early from high school, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want to stay at home. I lived in Ocala, Florida, so there weren't a lot of things for us to do other than wiping down horses and cleaning out farms and working in the field. So it was either go to school or go in the military, so I chose the military.
Well, it looks like you made a great choice.
Yes, I did, actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your service, and enjoy your lunch.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Joining us now, Ms. Margaret Peters. Margaret, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
We're going to have to do a little of these quick, but the military service, what branch?
Air Force.
How long?
21 years.
21 years. Now, you're retired or you still in?
Retired.
Your favorite spot that they sent you to?
Izmir, Turkey.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, they got a nice luncheon there for you guys. We appreciate you very much, and thank you for your service. Yes, ma'am.
We also have cards and pamphlets asking you guys to right over here if you're interested and want more information about our clinic as
We hope you enjoyed some of the sights and sounds from today's event. Orville, what a special day.
Yeah, you know, the ladies seem to enjoy it too, Steve. There's a lot of ladies come in we had an opportunity to speak to. They were excited about being in the military and excited about coming in and having lunch with some of the other military veterans.
And today, once again, June 12th every year is Women Veterans Recognition Day. AVET Project has done a terrific job. They honor women today, but they honor military personnel 12 months out of the year. Garen and Kim do an amazing job.
Yeah, we want to thank them for inviting us down to do this. The AVET program is a wonderful thing here in Brevard County and throughout, and they do a wonderful, wonderful job.
And although Kim was not here today, she's a little under the weather. Her handprint and her footprint is all over things today. This place would not look like it does today without her. Kim, we hope you get better soon.
We want to wish her all the luck in the world about getting better. You know, it's horrible when you feel bad, Steve.
Yeah, it's a tough time, but a very special day here today in Melbourne.
So for all the veterans that we had an opportunity to talk to and all the veterans that were here to celebrate this special day today, he's Steve Wilson. I'm Orville Susong in the Friday Night Locker Room and Space Coast Daily TV. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors, Auto Expo 95, and as always, Urban Automotive. We'll see you next time.
Get your business launched with Space Coast Daily through spacecoastdaily.com, Space Coast Daily's social media, in print with Space Coast Daily newspaper and the magazine, as well as email blasts and the mobile app, and also at Space Coast Daily events. You can reach new customers every day. Get launched with Space Coast Daily and take your business to new heights. Call 321-323-4460 today.